everyone. This is DJ Quest One.
And your girl Shay T.
And you are looking and listening to the Drive Podcast. This episode, I wanted to pay homage to hip hop. I'm a big hip hop head, as you know. And a lot of people don't know that hip hop is 4 elements, not just rap, 4 elements. And I have it on one of my previous episodes when I talk about hip hop. So it's rap, breaking, DJing, and graffiti. And if you want to put a 5th element, beatboxing.
I never knew that. How
yeah.
did you find that out? That's like real interesting, to break it down in those parts.
I've been, a hip hop fan for so many years that old school guy, a homie of mine, he schooled me on it. And I was like, what? And then KRS-One talks about it too.
Okay.
Yeah, he talked about it, breaks it down about 4 elements.
Okay.
So a lot of kids that listen to rap don't know that it's just one element of hip hop.
Got you.
Because what KRS says, he says, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live.
Ooh, that's like powerful right there.
Yeah. Shout out to the professor, KRS-One, the teacher. I want to talk about DJs. What do you think about when you think about DJs?
Old school record players, stereos, just a
right?
Kind of like DJ Jazzy Jeff in the house. What?
Yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff with Fresh Prince was Will Smith. DJ Kool Herc was the one that made hip hop 1973 in the Bronx, and he used to just play break beats. And I want to talk about that element. And to me, DJ, because I DJ, I'm not nowhere near as good as they are, but they could scratch and stuff. And I have friends, DJ Technique and Eduardo Scissorhands, shout out to you guys, that can mix. And you know how hard it is. Now you have the laptop, but you know how hard it is to read and to mix it and to blend it in.
I do not have a clue. I've only been to a recording studio one time. But I will say I felt like I needed a different producer, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Speaking of producers, a lot of these DJs, Jam Master Jay, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Large Professor, they all produce for the artists. Jam Master Jay, Run DMC, Sir Mix-a-Lot was a DJ Quick. All these guys produce beats, which sometimes they're in the background. DJ Premier, they're in the background, and they don't get enough credit. So I want to give those guys credit, because without DJs there'd be no hip hop.
So okay, let me just throw a little something in there. So we were talking about this a little earlier, and I just want to say that I think that everybody kind of looks at different aspects of music. Sometimes I listen to music, I'm literally just listening to the beats of it, but someone brought to my attention a DJ on Instagram. And it was lovely old school music. I just love that. And I just love the presentation. So I would say for DJs that they definitely play an integral role in making music known and popular. And that without DJs, where would we be, right?
Yeah,
we'd still be back in the dark ages insofar as where, how music is concerned. So I do want to just say to all DJs out there that's doing a great job, that, keep getting jobs, people calling you, looking at you, listening for you, whatever, that, keep doing your thing, because, your role is important, and, you are valued. So just thank you for your contribution to the history of music and, the ongoing music on Instagram and YouTube and so on and so forth, with the live streaming and all that, right?
Yeah. Right.
So just thank you for, sticking in there, and we appreciate you. Can you tell us more about that element?
The element of what, DJing? Of what?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll have to cut off. So, that's what got me into DJing. I was a kid, and I was turning on my dad's records, and I didn't know that you have to just scratch it. I was pressing the needle, and I broke it because I was trying to get that sound. But when I got older, I realized that you don't do that. You have to mix it. Back in the day I didn't have YouTube, so I had to just watch videos on MTV, watch Yo MTV Raps, and try to figure out how they DJ. And I never caught how they actually did it until much later. And you know that they have DJ battles?
Oh, where do they do that?
It's DMC battles. They have regionals, and then they go to nationals, and then they go worldwide. So DJs, is, as far as DMC battles, is all around the world.
Oh.
And they win money and all kinds of stuff.
Looks like I saw something one time online, and it was a female. She was from another country, but it was a big deal.
Yes,
Okay.
DMC. You go over there and you use pretty much the bragging rights, to DJ supremacy. As far as the actual DJs that cut and DJ Jazzy Jeff was in one of those. Mixmaster Mike, he was in one of those.
Okay.
And Mixmaster Mike worked with the Beastie Boys. But yeah, they mixed it up and blended, and they had routines. You remember that movie Juice?
Yes.
Okay. He was cute. Q was a DJ.
I think I saw it recently. Don't mean to
Yeah, with Tupac. Well, if y'all haven't seen that movie, check it out. He's a DJ, and he's DJing. And Queen Latifah comes out. He gives her the mixtape, and he gives her the mixtape, and she listens to it. She's like, all right, because y'all had to audition to do that competition. But yeah, anyway, that's DJing right there. Of course, Omar Epps not an actual DJ, but he played a DJ. DJing, which I find it fascinating, and again, they don't get the props that they deserve. But without them, there'd be no hip hop.
So how does this? Like, if there's a young person watching this video, how does someone become a DJ?
Well, first of all, depending it's a lot cheaper than it was back in the day. You had to buy actual turntables like Techniques, Newmarks, which are kind of pricey.
And
you
albums.
And albums, actual albums carrying crates, heavy crates. You can go on, to music store, Sam Ash or Guitar Center, and you can buy a little mixer, and they already comes with it. And all you can do is connect to your laptop and put music, and you can blend and stuff, and you could scratch. You don't even need records anymore. But if you want to go the right way, you actually have to buy turntables and then begin. But there's tutorials on YouTube, how to start, how to blend, how to fade. It's like a whole deal. How to have your needles. And I know there's a part where you put your needles on and so it won't bounce. There's like all kinds of techniques to do it.
So when you did it, for you, was it just fun or pleasure, or was it like, did it feel like work? How was it for you?
Oh, it was fun. Okay. But the thing that, when you're DJing and you're DJing a crowd and, they're not dancing, that's a challenge. I remember I did a gig one time and no one was dancing. And it was already an hour in. I was like, what can I play? So I played disco and they all danced.
you have to, kind of like the English student in the classroom, you have to know your audience.
Yes, you have to know your audience. And so if you're going to DJ parties, you're going to DJ, Sweet 16s, weddings. Weddings are the hardest. Mm-hmm. I won't do weddings. The reason why is because I've had, the last one was my cousin, which was awesome. But you have other brides that I've DJed for and bridezillas. You don't want to mess up their day. So there's money in it. I want to make money on DJing the weddings, but I'd rather do parties, reunions, Sweet 16, something like that, quinceañeras, stuff like that. But
so how much could a beginning DJ make? To DJ a party or DJ, an event. What
you can make about $50 an hour, up to $500 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends how good you are, and it depends your clientele. Like once you had, when I was living in San Antonio, I had my clientele, and I had steady people recommending me, and then other people recommending me, and I had my whole summer booked.
Okay.
So it was awesome, and so it's a good side hustle. But the bad part about being a DJ is not everyone could be a DJ, because you have to also be passionate about music and also listen to people what they want to hear.
Right, it may not be what you want to hear or the kind of music you like sometimes.
Yeah, some DJs just play what they want to hear, and the crowd is like, what's going on? Okay.
Yeah. And so last part, so when you talked about the bridezillas and things like that, do you have any kind of like contractual agreement with them insofar as like what kinds of music that are expected and things like that?
Mm-hmm. Okay. You have a contract, you have a playlist. Sometimes I don't even give you a playlist. Sometimes they say just play, and then of course you have to play when they come in, when they walk in. It's work. It's not going to be easy. It is work. You have to make sure you're set up right on time. They come in, there's a song, there's a father and daughter dance, there's the groom and mother dance, then the couples dance. And then when they take off
oh Lord.
there's that.
Like, what is that called again? I don't think I've been to a wedding in so long. I mean, so many
Yeah.
people getting divorced.
Yeah, I know. People get married and divorced right away. But yeah, weddings are
Yeah.
fun. But to me, house parties were always fun. Backyard
Right.
barbecues were always fun because you just play whatever and everyone's just having a good time.
Well, I love this topic. I think that you know, giving DJs certainly their recognition and just realizing, you know, how music gets to be out there.
Mhm.
And you know, when I think about Cadillac Records and them kind of going to the
Yeah.
actual studio, to the actual record stations and kind of talking to the people about
Yeah.
everything or whatever. So I mean, that's just something that it's a part of business, right?
Part of business.
So I mean, but right now is people. Well, I guess we don't want to get off topic because I'm thinking about people selling music out of their trunks and everything,
Ah.
you know, to make life happen.
Some of those are DJs. You know, like DJ Premier. He's from Prairie View, Texas.
Okay.
Not too far from here. He moved to New York, to Brooklyn, and connected with Guru from Gangstar. Became a DJ. Started making beats, and he's produced for a variety of artists. Janet Jackson, Christina Aguilera. I mean, beyond hip hop. You know what I mean?
Now, I need a good producer right now. Could you?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if anybody's listening to this right now and they're really a good producer, I really need a good producer right now.
A producer. He produced for Biggie. He produced for, KRS. I mean, he's produced for so many people, and I'm just like,
We might need to call him. I really just need.
Oh, DJ Primo. Shout out DJ Primo. Rest in peace, Guru.
Oh Lord, hallelujah. Bless
But
his
yeah.
soul.
But yeah, DJ segment, definitely. If you're looking into it, you know, there's certain ways to go about it on a budget, because back in the day, you had to buy CDs, you had to buy records, you had to even tapes. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 DJs that had a tape deck.
You are kidding.
Tape deck.
Well,
Not
you know,
even turntables.
since we're on here, we're talking about DJs. I have to go back to the boot, Louisiana. Of course, that's where I'm from.
Mhm.
And 2 of my favorite DJs, of course, are my
Manny Fresh. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, all right. 3 of my favorite DJs are.
He's a great producer as well. Go ahead.
So my cousin Nip, okay, and he's from New Sarpy, Louisiana. It's like, where is that? Anyway, but it's on the way to New Orleans. That's what you need to know. All right, and then of course Captain Charles, and anybody in New Orleans or that greater metropolitan area knows who Captain Charles is. And then of course DJ Fresh. Okay,
Fresh.
maybe that didn't come out good, but anyway, I'm
Fresh.
usually really good at it. Just that was spontaneous.
Fresh.
But anyway, yeah.
I mean, he's a great producer. I mean, back then
He makes me want to dance. Exactly.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
DJ.
450 degrees.
That's his song. Go with
That's
DJ.
oh,
That's my DJ. That's
yeah,
him.
but he was on. Was that Juvenile's 450 degrees?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, make you want to dance.
400 degrees, is it? 450 degrees. 400 degrees, right?
Okay, we can look it up. You could have just went ahead and let your girl slide with that. I did have that CD, and
It bumped.
yeah. So I mean, that's what it was.
Even the Carter, and he produced most of the Carter 1 and 2. Lil Wayne.
I know. Okay, so now he's testing my
And Big
intelligence.
Timers,
Okay,
of course.
I'm
Big
from New
Timers.
Orleans. He's testing my intelligence. Let's just go ahead and whatever. Okay. So anyway, guys, it's been great being here with you today with myself, Shay T, with your boy.
DJ Quest 1.
Thank you for being here. Make sure that you subscribe, watch, like, and share. We appreciate it.
Peace.